Hello to all my friends out there, and this is the Rhoda Stone Show. And this video is all you have to know about tea parties. All you have to know to have a tea party. But before I start, I want to mention one thing. Okay, this video is to encourage people to earn extra money. So I have some rings I bought. Okay, one night, this is a little fire opal. I think it's a 10 karat gold plated ring. This is like a little engagement ring. I think maybe 10 carats. This is a 925 amethyst ring. And this is a costume pearl ring. Okay, so I wanted to make mention. The night I bought this ring, I think this ring, and there was two others. But I couldn't find the other two because I have so much jewelry. It's not easy for me to, find them. Anyway, it was late one night on a Saturday, and I blew into a thrift store, and I found like 5 of these dirt cheap. And it's highly doubtful that they had been there all day. I think what happens, and a lot of people will say I'm mean for saying this, I think at the very end of the day at the close, they set them out and someone was going to come in and buy them, and it just so happened that I got them, and I got them dirt cheap. When I sell these, I won't sell them for much. This is really satisfying to me. Some of the people have told me they're selling stuff on eBay and having a yard sale and getting a little extra money. And this is why I do this, so that, my followers, I'm not exactly worried about making $1 billion on YouTube, but I am trying to help my followers prepare. Okay, so now back to the tea party thing. Okay, so now, first of all, if you're having a tea party, you need some tea. So tonight I will have, this is a really good brand, and it comes in these little containers so that you can keep your tea fresh. And I bought it for 99 cents only. And so I'm trying to better display my teacups. Not that easy. If I go from the other way, it doesn't really display good. If I go from this way, it doesn't really display good. But so, okay, here in town, we have places where you can buy a teacup, not including the teapot, but teacups and saucers for $10. And so as soon as I get a chance, I'm going to buy one. Looks like I got cheese in my milk. So this is one of the best, and I'm using powdered milk. And this is a good way to use your milk cup too. And then some cute little party napkins are nice for your tea party. I bought them at Dollar Tree. Okay, so now, for a tea party, you need tea, sandwiches, and cookies. That's all you need. And so you might be saying, well, why do I even need a tea party? Tea, sandwiches, and cookies. Because what you're doing is you're conditioning yourself to enjoy life. So say if times got hard, God forbid, you are conditioned to enjoy a sandwich, some cookies, and some tea. Okay, what I did is last month sometime I bought this bread. This is really good loaf of bread. I got this bread super cheap. I bought it on Nike Markdown. This is really good bread. Okay, so one of the followers was really helpful, and she said, tiny sandwiches. And I go, that is right. That is right. Tiny sandwiches are so much tastier. Okay, so one good sandwich is tuna. And I want to make mention about tuna. If you squeeze your tuna out really, really dry, and rinse it a couple times, your tuna is going to taste 100% better. And another thing is, nothing is worse than a sloppy tuna fish sandwich. You know, sloppy on the mayonnaise, the relish, and the mustard. So when you're mixing it up, you want to be careful not to get too much mayonnaise. This is the same way in our family we make, you know, from my grandmother, the potato salad. I mean, you want enough mayonnaise on there, but you don't want it too, what's really horrible is if you just mix it up with that tuna stuff, you know, that tuna liquid in there. There are stories about Leona Hemsley, and she went into one of her restaurants and they sent her a sloppy tuna sandwich. That didn't go over big. And I thought, you know what? If rich people aren't going to eat it sloppy, I don't want to eat it sloppy. Why should I? Especially when I'm making it myself. That's stupid. I want my tuna sandwich as good as I can get it, you know? It's a tea party. Just a little mayonnaise or mustard. And then the other thing you want to be careful is don't get too much relish in there. That can really mess up your sandwich and make your tuna sloppy. You want enough in there so you can taste it, but you don't want it so much in there that you know it's too wet. See how my tuna fish is looking good? And if you get used to eating your tuna like this, you know, if you carefully mix it up, you're not going to be able to stand it. You could make this like a deli sandwich if you prefer, if you want. So let's see. So I should be able to make 2 nice big sandwiches out of this. So my followers are doing good, you know, selling stuff on eBay, conserving their money, getting stockpiles. It's very satisfying. Conditioning themselves to enjoy life. Why not? Life's short. My father just died at 66 one day. I'm 63. Same thing could happen to me. You never know. I'm doing everything I can to avoid that. You know, walking 2 hours a day. But you never know. Okay, so now, these big pieces of bread, you know, you don't have to make 1.5 sandwiches. They are, see how cute? Okay, now, this is an illogical thing. I know some of you are from the United Kingdom, and maybe you know why this. Okay, in America, we go from right to left and top to bottom, but your sandwiches always go on the bottom when you're having a tea party, which is very illogical because you would eat your sandwiches first. But, you know, that's a British way. There's probably a reason, so if any of you know, I would like to know. I'm sure my followers would like to know as well. Okay, so normally on the top, you would have cookies, but I bought this berry pie for 50 cents, you know, when I was doing what can I buy for $10. You know what would be a good idea? To try the $10 shopping thing twice a week. So these will be like little pies to go with my tea. So this is a very cost-effective tea party I'm having here. Oops. Now, let me move this out of the way. So, okay, I bought my bread on markdown. I had my tuna in the stockpile. I bought my pie for 50 cents. They're always about 50 cents. Okay, now. So these tea parties, another thing about these tea parties is I was lucky last summer to have gotten these little plates, but I have washed them a lot in the dishwasher and done a lot of really bad things to them, but I still have 2 of them. They're just kind of beat up now, but I still love them. So, okay, so what you're doing is you're conditioning yourself to enjoy life. Say if you had to eat sandwiches and you had to eat cookies, you'd be okay. And by stockpiling and preparing, you're preparing for disaster, and you're preparing to avoid disaster. You're finding cheap meals that are tasty. You're not torturing yourself. And the ways you would avoid disaster is stockpiling money and food, especially food. And if anything happens, evacuate as fast as possible. Okay, and now there's one more point I want to make. So, okay, on these videos, I like to do them as the topics comes up and cover all the things I have to say that day, even if it's a little repetitious, because a lot of my followers are new. And in the future, these videos don't always go in sequence. In fact, I can't find my own videos if I had to. So I want to cover everything in a particular day, and the other reason is so that I can evolve. Now tomorrow, I will move past this. Oh, and I want to thank the follower for the comment on the tiny sandwiches. They're so much tastier, tiny, and cuter. Also, I wanted to come up with things kids would like. This would be good for kids, except for I don't really like kids drinking tea, but you know, I didn't let my son drink it when he was a little kid, but I wish I had given him some nice little tea parties. So I want to cover the topics as they come up, and then I want to leave those topics and I want to move on to other topics. I had topics of stealthy car living, dumpster diving, and the food bank. Those are all past topics. I've had various topics on the swap meet, then on eBay, then going on eBay full time. And so now, starting tomorrow, I will move on to something else. I'm not sure what, but today I did cover all the topics that I wanted to mention. And so, you know, when you're shopping for the jewelry, I'd say, or, you know, when you're shopping thrift stores, I would say, I'm not sure about this, but I would say the 2 best times to shop when the thrift store first opens and right before the close. I guarantee you, if I went that next morning, these rings would have been gone. Okay, you guys, God bless you all.